quite sad that it's leaving, but we're a little. I feel like we're talking about it here before the podcast, and we're a little here and there on that. And it's Corey Connors week, so couple legacy weeks here that we can dive into. So let's get into it.
This is Jordan Spieth here, and
this is the Dan Hyde podcast.
I wish it was like Talking Yanks where we had the music going so we could. We should. What dollar amount would you put on if you could get a like Talking Yanks with Lil Jon? Like if you could get that for the Pin High podcast, I'd pay $100 for that. I don't think I would. It would have to be good. It would have to be.
Oh, Jimmy, yeah, we get Jimmy to make one for us.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not paying him $100 for that. Anyway, I'm just gonna start with the fact that it's Corey Connors week.
These are like it's like it's a celebration for you, Pat.
It's the Valero Open because it's. Am I correct in saying that? I mean, in saying it's the only place he's won, right? Yeah,
I know he's won.
The Valero Open,
place he's won.
The Masters, which back to back, because he's just somehow the god at the Masters. He's finished top 10 the past 3, and the only other person who's done that, Cam Smith. And then I guess the Canadian Open's also kind of Corey Connors week because he's like the premier.
Is that after? Oh, well, yeah, the Canadian Open, yeah.
That's not Thursday weeks, but we have 2 weeks here where it's Corey Connors and it's his time to shine.
This is a legacy couple of weeks for you, Pat. This is like if Scory wins this week, it might be the biggest celebration on the Scory Connors YouTube or Twitter page, and you might get some more traction.
I mean,
or if he misses a cut, it's like gonna be an all-time devastating left out.
It was nice to get some likes on that GIF that I tweeted on Kyle Porter's tweet. I feel like part of that had to do with the fact that I happened to see it a minute after he posted it, but
yeah, it's perfect.
I was not expecting like 60 people to like that when I put that on there.
Listen, like you gotta. It's also legacy week for the Scory Connors Twitter account. You gotta keep it going.
Yeah, I mean,
I hope he doesn't have a stinker. That would suck.
Yeah, that would really suck.
I don't get any likes on like my like real tweets. It's just on replies.
Yeah, well, that's where you get the traction.
Yeah, I'll get like 2 likes, and it'll be like one of you two and some random person that like happened to look up. Like a Canadian person will somehow like my Corey Connors tweet because I guess they must have typed Corey Connors into the search bar on Twitter and just went through Corey tweets mentioning him.
Or accidentally pressed an S instead of a C, or pressed an S before the C.
Exactly. But enough Scory for now. We can talk about it more as we get into Valero, but let's talk about the match play first. So it's a match play ever played at Austin Country Club, supposedly. We'll see about that. I have a feeling that this course is too good to fully stay out of the rotation event.
I think it's
done, but I think it'll come back at some point. It's too good of a course with too many holes where you can be like, oh yeah, that's a good hole, like 18, 13, even 17.
12 on the water. Like once you get 12, 13, 14, even like that, like last 6 holes, 7 holes, like it's awesome. So much fun.
So it makes you think that we haven't seen Austin Country Club for the last time, but maybe the last time in a little bit.
But also like in a stroke play bet, I mean, I feel like they'd be like 30 under par. Like Cam Young, I mean, granted it's match play, but Cam Young was like third, like combined like 30 under par or something, like 39 under par on like 100 holes. More than, yeah. Like he's like
it's match play. Like they concede.
They pick up putts. He made like a 20. He was like 27 on the front 9 of the first round or something.
Like it's like and maybe that's like a little inflated. I'm sure, but
maybe the match
still it's like it's like if it rains even a little bit, like they already tear it up in the first place. Like they're going to tear it up even more. Like there's no real defense to it.
Maybe the match is what defends the course. You don't see the scores.
Yeah, it's just like exciting. Like Rory maybe hitting the best shot of the year on a 18, driving the green. Like, I don't know.
But people love it. People on Twitter are very sad that Austin Country Club is out of the rotation now. And
they're gonna have to bring it back. Right.
We'll see. I mean, I feel like generally they like to listen to the fans of golf when they make these decisions. I think that like even the players
think
like
that?
I feel like more recently, like yes.
Yeah.
Maybe not traditionally, but in the past, call it year and a half, I think yes.
Okay. I don't really know.
I guess that is kind of a crazy thing to say because it really isn't usually like that.
There's not someone scrolling Twitter and like okay, like this, let's do this, let's do.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think it just brings up.
Loves it, but
I'll miss the match play aspect of it. I'll miss because match play is just like different. Like you don't see that. Like if, in all honesty, the Zurich should just be a teams match play event. Like that's like because the teams aspect we don't like, but the match play we do like. So like it'd make it interesting if it was teams match play. Or like they should incorporate the match play. Like we've said and heard everywhere is like tour championship, make it a match play thing, or make it like Solly from Blowing Up saying, what I thought was perfect. Like do the top, like have the top 30 in for the tour championship, and then cut it down to like the top 4 after Saturday, and then those 4 battle it out match play for the $15 or $20 million or whatever like that.
I would love that.
And then the rest of them fight for 5th or 20th, 30th.
I mean, I think the problem with the match play is there's too much golf. I feel like you have like in the beginning rounds are good because there's a lot of guys on the golf course.
There's too much golf and too much
and too little golf.
Too little golf.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to balance. But the first rounds are good to watch because there's a lot of guys on the golf course. There's a lot of matches going on. There's action everywhere. And then when you kind of get down to the like lower number of players or whatever, there's like 2 matches going on. It's hard to keep up the action. But like just to start with that, there is a lot of golf. There you play the first round on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then there's 2 rounds on Saturday, and then 2 rounds on Sunday.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just like kind of a lot going on.
It's too much. That I agree. It's too much for the players, and for the fans is awesome. Like on Friday when you're like every shot matters, especially when you're trying to get like into that top 16, and then the Saturday, the top 16, the top 8, like those are really fun and seem like action everywhere kind of matches. And then you get the Sunday morning, and Sunday morning's like it's pretty fun. It's like we had 2 great matches that went to extra hole with both of them, and it's like Rory and Scheffler and Scotty or Sam Burns, Cam Young. But then once you get to Sunday afternoon, you're like, all right, championship match is a blowout. Consolation match means nothing.
Who cares?
Like
yeah, it's Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy. Like it's 300K in the line. They both don't need it.
That too. Like what are you gonna do in that? Like you just either get rid of it, or if it was keep going, get rid of it or do something with it, like to make it watchable because no one cares. It's almost like Live. There's out there playing.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's like I get why people like match play, but I don't necessarily get the love, like the pretty much unanimous love that it gets on golf Twitter. And I know golf Twitter is not the entire like golf world in terms of like people watching. It's actually a very small, minute part of like people watching and consuming golf. But like golf Twitter loves its WGC Dell Technologies match play, and I don't get it like in some ways, because I was telling you guys before, I was on my drive down from Syracuse to Connecticut, which is it's a 4-hour drive. Like on a Sunday I usually get some golf listening / watching in there. I just didn't really care to tune in.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I
It was
think
the Genesis, like it happened during the Genesis and the Waste Management, I think. And I tuned in then and I really cared, but I just
would would it have been different if it was you were driving on Friday afternoon or Saturday when there was more than one meaningful match in the course?
no, I don't think I would tune in then either.
So I was
Okay.
on an airplane on Saturday night, and didn't have a lot of options because like the Wi-Fi didn't kick in until we got out of international waters, whatever. So PGA Tour Radio was one of the options. So I was listening to the match play
Was
on
it
Saturday,
awful?
and can I tell you what? Golf on the radio might be one of the worst things ever.
Oh, it's
It's
awful.
so bad. It's so hard to
You
listen
know
to
what?
golf on the
That is that
radio.
job. How much
There
do
were
they
a few years.
pay?
There were a few years ago. I think I was driving to TPC River Highlands to play, and I was listening to the Open on the radio. Like it was the final round of the Open when Morikawa won, and that on the radio was awesome. Like it was electric.
They
And
have
then
like the
last year I
sounds
was
of the Open on that one. Like
yeah, that one was really good. Like, and it was great. But last year I listened to the Masters on the way down. I was driving to Tampa on Friday of the Masters week. It was the worst experience, like the most excruciating car ride I've ever had. Like it was the announcers were terrible.
You might as well
They
put on your
finally,
phone at that point and then just not watch and just
I
listen.
I I should have. And then they brought like Tarico came on and he was good. But like the announcer before that was just like, oh my god, so like everything was so awful about it.
it
But
put me to sleep. It's like Rory
yeah,
McIlroy on the tee.
Yeah.
Whoosh. What a shot in the
you just
middle
hear
of
the
the fairway.
sound. The sound is so funny.
Gee, thanks.
But Pat, I think the reason I love it, and I think the reason a lot of people love it, is just it's different than the stroke play. It's the course. It's like you get moments where Scheffler or Rory does drive the green, or Scheffler hits a tube an inch on 17. Just like it's just different. Like and I don't know. You're not getting major fist bumps out of guys like Lucas Herbert on a Saturday afternoon if they're I don't know 5 shots back or something like that. And when they're going to make a putt against Rory, like they're going to fist pump.
I'm
And
sure
maybe
it's
there's some
good.
more positioning to the match play at
Yeah,
the end, where it's not like,
and
oh, you're out of the round of 16 and you're done. Like maybe there's a match for fifth place, a match for sixth place, like something like
I
that.
agree. I think if they tweak it a little bit and it makes a return and it's a little bit tweaked, I think it could be a lot better. It's just I'm gonna miss this course. This course is a fun course.
Yeah. I'm sure also like with like betting becoming bigger and bigger with FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, everybody entering the space. I'm sure that this tournament in the past 2 years that it's been legal has been widely bet on, which
Yeah,
I bet that's a factor that those sports books probably love it. It's probably a better product to bet on, I'd assume, because like for like for a casual fan,
Right.
because for a casual fan, you can just be like, all right, Scotty Scheffler or John Rahm on this day or like whatever. But the actual intricacies of like golf betting are like so like it's so complicated to like the average person.
I mean, yeah, the bracket's fun, but I mean, I guess they don't push the bracket as much as they probably should. But the bracket's fun. But the
I
problem about the
agree.
bracket is like, I mean, yes, we had Scheffler, Burns, Rory, and Cam Young. Those are all good golfers at the end. But guys coming out of the first two rounds, it's kind of a crapshoot. It could be almost anyone.
JJ
So
Spawn, lowest ranked
yeah,
player in the field, made it to the round of 16.
exactly. I mean, like you've had Kisner win this event multiple times as like one of the lower ranked guys. Kuchar, one of the lower ranked guys, like has won this event. It's just like that makes it hard, and it's kind of hard to get your bracket going because a 1 versus 16 in the NCAA tournament is different than a 1 versus 60 in the match play.
They should have a second chance bracket where you do it from the round of 16 and on.
They should just make it like a double. Like I don't know how this would take forever, but like I think originally
It
it
already
was like a
takes
60.
forever.
Yeah, it does take forever. You're right. But like I think originally it was a 60. I think it was like just you straight into bracket pool. It was like all the players were like just a bracket, and if you win, you move on. And I don't know if it was double elimination or not, but like they could just do a double elimination bracket, and like if you lose, like if you lose again, you're done. If you win, you keep winning. If you lose and you keep winning, like you can get theoretically to the championship. You just have to win a lot in a row.
Would
That
they
would be
show up
interesting
to
too.
that
But
tournament? It'd be like, oh, you lost in the first round. You played one match. You're done. Here's your 100K.
well, yeah, that's why it's probably not happening, because if you like a guy like Rahm, if he loses a first round match, you're like you plan your whole week to go see Rahm, and you just can't see him after he loses the first day.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of WDs too.
Yeah, guys
Zalatoris.
lose the first 2 matches, and then they're just like, all right, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Zalatoris might have his worst putt. That's saying a lot.
Oh, that was hilarious. You sent the thing, and I'm like, I don't want to open this.
Yeah, the GIF is like the guy with like this like face like covered with the one eye.
Yeah. Before we move into Valero talk, what kind of event do you think like pops in here? Because it's gonna be, I mean, it's potentially like a more of a no-name event because the elevated events are changing next year. I know Pebble already got a like an elevated spot next year. But like, what do you think?
I mean, you already have the Corrales this week, right? Are they like they're not getting rid of that, right? They're just gonna make that the event. It's gonna be a bad event regardless.
Do you really think so?
I mean, yeah, unless they have some kind of elevated event going on this week, which I don't know if they will this close to the Masters.
Yeah, I don't know.
They just make it the Corrales.
I want to say they won't, but
they could.
Like they could. I don't know. It's all the scheduling is a whole different beast in terms of, because like this is like the time like right before the Masters, like who's gonna want to play, like you said, 2 weeks before the Masters at a meaningless tournament. Maybe they will because they want to warm up a little bit, but clearly no one's playing next week.
Yeah, look at the field
this
week.
The Corrales field would get better.
It would.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
The Corrales field would get better, but and then because you just don't have this event.
That's like
the Corrales field wouldn't be. It wouldn't be the top guys in that field anyway. It'd be like the top, like the outside of the top 50 guys.
It'd be pretty similar to what this week is probably at Valero. You'll have some better guys.
Yeah, it probably would be. Probably more, maybe a few more bigger names, I guess, if they're not playing.
I don't know how many guys you're gonna get like traveling to the Dominican Republic and then to Texas next week and then the Masters if they make it.
No, they're probably not. What was it before this week? It was
the Valspar.
Valspar, which we didn't talk about.
We didn't do an episode last
skipped
week. That was the first time we haven't done an episode in like a really long time.
Probably.
Nothing
Other life
up.
just happened. No. But yeah, like I don't know if people are gonna want to go from Florida to Dominican Republic to Texas to Georgia. Like people are gonna take weeks off. They take weeks off at the Valspar and Valero as well. So
it's a good point though that it would be guys outside like the top 50 with like all these elevated events playing. So like maybe they would then. Now that I think about it.
I mean, right now, if it was this year, it'd be guys like Ricky, Webb. I don't know who else is outside the top 50. Probably Scory. He's outside the top 50, I think. But I don't know. He's probably right there. Like Sam Burns was like 50 last week before he won. He jumped up 44 spots.
Yeah. I mean, let's make the Corrales an elevated event.
Oh God.
I mean, it's kind of crazy that, like, for instance, the Travelers is an elevated event. I know, like, it's a good course.
That's pretty cool.
It's just like, it's crazy that's gonna have the best field, one of the best fields in golf.
I mean, even like the RBC Heritage week after the Masters, usually you get the RBC guys that play, but it's an elevated event.
It's gonna be so much fun.
That leaderboard at RBC Heritage.
Yeah, and like a different course than like, I don't know, even Travelers, a lot different course than. It's like you have to be precise, so it'll be fun to see those guys at RBC Heritage.
Yeah, and I always like that event. So I mean, obviously.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, that's the fifth and sixth majors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's move into the Valero. I mean, I guess there's not like a whole ton to talk about in terms of like our one and done because we already know who we're picking. So I guess maybe
You don't want to pick Ricky Fowler?
I put him in as the alternate.
Okay.
But
How has Ricky done at this event? Just
what I said is what I said to you guys. I said it's non-negotiable that Corey Connors is our pick this week unless you want to use him at the Masters.
I think I'll pass.
Yeah, I think I'll pass too.
Okay, let's watch that tone a little bit. Let's watch that tone a little bit for a guy that
Pat
finished
was
top 10 the past 3 years.
Pat
I
was
mean, yeah.
Pat was really hoping we would say like, yeah, let's use him at the Masters.
Sorry,
Use Ricky
did you guys want to use Jordan Spieth?
at the Masters?
Oh yeah, he missed the cut last year.
Yeah, but he's playing better than last year.
I don't know who I want to use at the Masters.
Playing a
yet.
lot
I just
better than last year.
Don't know if I want to use Scory in the one and done just because.
No, I'm not using. I do not want to use Scory.
And then I had that other hot take where I was like, Patrick Reed at the Masters.
Listen, I could be talked into it.
God.
Listen,
That's like that one tweet where it's like give me a take off Twitter take that has everyone like this and like it's pointing towards the guy.
Yeah.
You're like Patrick Reed winning the Masters would be
Patrick Reed's my one
objectively electric.
The thing is, I could see it. It's as annoying as it would be. I could fully see it.
He's playing really good golf. I'm pretty sure, right?
I guess. I mean,
It's been a little bit.
I really don't know.
Since that scandal, but like he was playing really good golf when he hit that ball into the palm tree.
I mean, 38th and 18th in the live events. I don't know how good.
Yeah,
you
but
want to say
who
that
cares?
is.
You know, if he had one more round in those events, you know, he might have won.
You're
off,
right.
so
You're right.
You can't take that into account.
Is he going to have the stamina to compete 4 rounds though at an event? Like, who knows?
We'll see. I think we can talk about it, but that's for next week. But for this week, obviously, we can talk through some of the other guys that we like just real quick. I know Ricky Fowler, like that, the storyline's there for him to win, and this is kind of an event that we've been waiting for Ricky Fowler to play in.
Yeah,
so,
finally.
If you guys really want to pick Ricky Fowler, you two can overrule me, and I'll allow it.
No, I'm
in on Scory. I like Scory.
I'm in on
Previous
Scory
winner.
too.
Good course history other than
the ball strikers course.
Yeah, I mean T35, T14 win.
If it's between Ricky and Scory in the weekend, like it's like and Ricky wins, like I'm not gonna be super upset. I guess that.
Yeah, because then Ricky Fowler just won.
Yeah, like that's cool if Ricky wins. So.
But if we pick
win-win
Scory one, that would be absolutely devastating.
Yeah, and it's your legacy week.
Also,
can't go against it.
Everyone's going to pick Scory. A lot of people are going to pick him this week.
Yeah, well, I think it's I'm sure the top 2 are going to be Scory and Ricky.
Yeah,
probably Ricky, Scory in that order.
Ricky probably over him. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know who else is playing. Is Hideki, he withdrew last week.
I think Ben Martin's a popular pick this week. He's been in good form.
Okay.
Cool, I guess.
Good approach.
Yeah, then no one else really.
It would be an event that guy like that wins.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as a Honda and Valspar. Like not just nothing really like all right. Spieth won this event a few years ago, and everyone's freaking out because he's like, all right, he's gonna win the Masters.
I mean, Griffin maybe this week. I don't know. It's just one of those weeks. It's
maybe
it's not too hot.
No, it's a week to relax before next week.
Yeah,
next week's gonna be just.
Masters, man.
I can't wait. Speaking of which, I will be in Augusta, Georgia this weekend, with the potential to go to the women's amateur.
Oh, Amanda Balionis is there today.
I'll find her.
Okay.
But I might be able to walk the course and go to the shop a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. Mm-hmm.
Wait, so why are you gonna be
Potentially.
there?
I have a friend who lives in Augusta.
Oh.
So I'm going. I was there last week, the same week, and uh, he went, and I woke up Sunday morning after the Final Four and extremely hungover, and he says he's wearing golf clothes, and he says to me like, "All right, I'll see you in 4 hours. I'm going to the drive, chip, and putt."
Oh
And he
yeah.
just left me at his apartment.
Oh, I have a great story. It's not a great story. It's just kind of like funny. It was an interaction with my coworker at my old company, and because last year he was at Augusta, working on the UPS account, and I was talking to him recently. I want to pull up exactly what he said, but he said, "Yeah, me and so and so, like or like he was like, we're doing this, and then me and so are heading down to Georgia on like Wednesday." And I was like, "You're just heading down to Georgia?" Like, is that like? I compared that to being like, "Yeah, I went to school in Cambridge, or I went to school like just outside of San Francisco."
Just heading down to Georgia.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
okay,
hang down to
yeah,
Georgia.
you're heading down to Georgia. You can say that you're going to the Masters.
Yeah, I'm just heading to Georgia the second weekend in April.
Yeah,
For some golf tournament, Live Invitational.
yeah,
Right,
Augusta.
right across the street from Augusta.
Augusta, yeah. I want to find that place.
This week's Live event is literally a Mickey Mouse event. It's in Orlando.
Oh, I think it's at the place that the PGA show was at.
Yeah, which is like
Orange County National.
I just have no fond memories of that place because it was so cold and we were just walking
so rainy,
so hungry. Got like an okay like sandwich or something.
Like a food truck.
Dude, the PGA show stinks.
It does.
It was
really
like
does.
it was just a bunch of old people. Just like,
They had like the Connecticut like golf convention this week. I think I just like heard about it.
Oh
somewhere.
yeah, I would have worked that last year if I was still an employee there.
I'm glad you didn't have to.
I'm very glad I didn't have to. But yeah, I did see that. And I saw it there. Like you can Live events going on, but you can also play the other Orange National.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Orange County National Golf Course for like $130. Which I almost was like let's book a tee time and go down and play. It's just see what it's all about.
So ridiculous.
Let's do that next year. Next year when they do that, let's
go to Live Orlando.
Well, I wonder.
Go to the first tee. Be like, I have a tee time here.
Yeah. Like is this the red course?
Yeah.
Shotgun start, right? Yeah.
yeah.
I'm on hole 3. Shotgun start.
Yeah, we're getting 2 shots a hole, right? I wonder if Live guys are actually going to play more serious this week. Like, I wonder if like the top guys play better this week.
That's a story.
Or are more locked in. If Bryson doesn't concern me at all, but if Cam and like DJ don't play great, like that's a little concerning for me picking them next week. Or if Reed plays well, like that's like all right, maybe he is like they're legit about this, or they're wrapping up. But like
if Charles Howell,
oh jeez, but yeah, he's in the Masters, isn't he now? Like got an exemption.
Did he get put in?
I think he did.
No, wait, no. I think it was a different major. I think it might have been the PGA.
Okay, maybe that's correct, right? What is Brooks gonna do? Is Brooks gonna finish just middle of the pack, or is he gonna kind of try to ramp it up a little bit? Like, I won't watch, but I'll look for the results on Twitter.
The ratings for Live just keep getting lower and lower and lower.
It's because Charles Howell is like the freaking LeBron James of Live.
Yeah,
like I was thinking one of the top guys are playing.
At least it was DJ last year.
No, they're not.
This year, nobody. This year, nobody.
Because nobody cares. Danny Lee wins the event. Like, and people are like Live guys on Twitter, like, oh, this is so cool. Like, you can't get this in the PGA Tour. Danny Lee wins.
You literally get that every week.
he wouldn't have won on the PGA Tour. Like there's a reason why he's been on the Corn Ferry Tour and everything like that. Like there's a reason why he's not on the PGA Tour anymore. Also, I was thinking with this, like with the whole bifurcation thing, what if like Liv just didn't do that? What if Liv just
I don't think they
like
would.
Yeah,
I know,
don't
but
think
like
they
what
would either.
like what if, and like I know it's like optional, but like what if Liv just like kind of like did the complete opposite and just created like a ball that goes, I don't know, like 10
600
yards
like,
further or something like that. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe Bryson would start shooting like 85 instead of like 82.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Remember, it's like the YouTube videos of all like the YouTubers that use like the illegal golf clubs and the illegal golf balls. You
Yeah,
just have
exactly.
a tournament like that on Live.
What if Liv just what if one day if Liv's around in however many years and PGA Tour is all bifurcated and like distance or down like for a little bit or like limited, and what if Liv just like completely disregarded that and like made golf ball and like specifically made golf balls for them and just put Tyler's stamp on it and said these are going to go 20 yards further.
Live is
And like,
using
but
the
then they're
Hammer
gonna
X
say they're
driver.
bifurcated. Yeah, they're saying
The
they're
Hammer
gonna
X driver
bifurcate
with
golf balls.
like the golf infomercial, like they're just using everything from all the golf
Yeah, like
infomercials.
they're just juicing. They're juicing they're like they're juicing the balls just to make it more exciting. Like I don't know. Who knows, Greg Norman? Who knows with them? That's just would be a funny visual.
Yeah. On that note, let's get in the clubhouse. About our golf games, because me and Jeek, I don't know how many. I think Jeek, you probably played like 18 holes this past week, like 9 and 9.
I played.
Oh wait, no, you played
I played
full
more.
18 hole rounds. What am I
I
saying?
played.
Yeah, rental
I played,
clubs.
45.
36, and then another 9 after. Yeah.
Okay, and I played 27. I played 3 different 9-hole rounds. So like we got some golf in this week.
Yeah,
past
I
week.
mean,
I played 9 holes.
I was out in Costa Rica last week. Played my first 9 with rental clubs, regular flex rental clubs, because I didn't know that stiff was even an option. They just like gave them to me. So like I like every time I used a driver, it was just like so whippy. I just like couldn't hit it. I was like, all right, I'm not using this. Free wood was like okay, and the iron was all right. Putting was pretty bad. I shot like a 91 the first round, which is not terrible for a course I never played like rental clubs. And then I played again the next round with stiff shafts, but still like the stealth clubs, which I'm not used to. And I shot worse. So I tried using the driver a little bit more, and it just like it screwed me every time I used it.
You're not playing with your own clubs. That's like, I remember once I played with like my friend's dad's clubs on.
Played on. Tell me this.
I played these like extra stiff like blades from like the 90s.
This is like your first year playing golf.
6'7", and they were longer, and I like couldn't hit them, and I lost to my friend who's like not good at golf, but like, and also I wasn't that good at golf.
Yeah, it was like your first. It was like during COVID. So it was like your first or second year.
No, before that even. It was well before that. It was summer after freshman year of college. So like I was.
Oh yeah.
Not good.
I mean, I can't. The clubs were not that like they weren't bad clubs. They were actually pretty solid clubs. It's just.
But essentially, what I'm saying here, I got sidetracked.
Yeah, play play with your own
not
your own clubs.
There's a difference.
Oh yeah, because we went out to the mine the other day, and I was just striping the ball like pretty much every hole except for 17 where I hit the driver and I just like hit it terribly. I was just striping the ball.
Jeek's irons were absolutely dialed, but some sort of psychologist needs to come save Jeek's driver, because like I swear Jeek was right down the middle every time, pure irons. And then, like, he takes out the 3-wood.
Even the 3-wood was fine.
50-yard slice, like, into the trees.
I hit it on the my driver. I hit it on the green on 16 with like a choked up 3-wood, and I was just striping the ball. Like it was, But for some reason, every time I pulled out a driver, like I hit a 2-iron better than I could hit a driver. Dude, it's weird.
Believe me, I know that. I know that feeling very much so.
It's like I hit the irons and I'm like a 10 handicap or something, and I hit the driver and they're like, that guy's a 36 handicap. Like he's never played golf before.
Yep.
How warm was it up there?
It's like a
Like
it was like a
50.
60-degree day, and but then we
Okay.
played at like 5:30 at night, so it ended up
And
being
we
a
got
little
9
chilly,
holes
but
in like
it's
before
Okay.
dark. Yeah, basically.
Oh, I didn't tell you guys when I played last week. So when I was in Utah, my friends like said, let's play Saturday. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be like 70 degrees. It'll be great. 50 degrees. The wind is like literally 30 miles an hour at least. Like we're on the lake, so on the water, 30 miles an hour. I start eagle birdie and shot 85.
Just how it
And
works.
it's just like the 400-yard par four. I think I went driver 3-wood and was on the maybe front edge of the green. It's just
Par
it
five
was
or par four.
par four, 400-yard par four.
Wow,
So
that's windy.
yeah, it was not fun, but yeah. So I golf once a week. I guess that's the weekend golfer. I guess that's what I get treated with.
I mean, it was 95 degrees in Costa Rica. I was not
Yeah, it's
prepared
a
to
little
play
bit different.
golf in 95 degrees. Like not at all.
But like it's March 28th, and April 1's kind of like that day where everyone.
Opening,
And
I
yeah.
just the Final Four weekend and Masters week is kind of like, all right, it's time.
Yeah,
Get out
because then it transitions into
west.
baseball season. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday, I have a tee time for the Silver Mine that opens up on Saturday. Don't know if I'm gonna end up playing because I want to go to a Yankee game on Saturday, but it's supposed to rain. But I'm excited to get an 18-hole round in because the hooks are gone.
Ooh.
Hooks
Love
are gone.
that.
You kind of love to see it.
Are you gonna revert back to Patty Loopy Slice?
No, my missus has just kind of been like a push.
Okay, that's good. That's a good.
It's like a good
Yes.
struck ball.
Yeah,
So-
well struck, just pushed. Okay.
Yeah, I've decided that I'm just playing a baby fade now, and that's what I'm gonna do. And
That's kind
That's
of
kinda
like
what I
what
that was
I
pretty
when I
nice.
was hooking it,
Yeah.
I was like, I would die to just go back to like a fade.
Because I had the hooks
slice,
like
but-
a little bit as well. So like I
The
just
hooks
was
are-
like
the
I'm
hooks
playing the
are-
baby fade.
The hooks are like it's like you hit a slice for so long, and you're like, all right, I just want to hit a draw, and then you hit a draw, and then you hit the hooks, and you're like, all right, I would do anything not to hit this ever again in my
The
life.
hooks like feel just as helpless as the slices.
I think it's even.
If
I think
anything,
it's
they're a
worse.
little bit more frustrating because like you got better and then it turned into a hook.
Yeah,
It just went the other way.
and it's
yeah.
like and it's a worse like it's like lower, and it's just like goes straight into the woods. The slice is just kind of like a slow
My
burn,
hooks
and like
were
you're like
my
maybe it
hooks were
stays.
impressive. Like I would hook it
Big
from
high hook. Yeah.
I would hook it like I remember I aimed on like to the rough of the right side of a par 3 with a pitching wedge and the very left side of the green. Maybe even
Yeah.
trickle into
What
the
I
rough.
noticed
You'd be
'cause I
great.
like the irons.
You'd be great for Augusta with your draw. The draw
No,
bias
it's
course.
not. It's not
Augusta
there
is.
anymore. It's not there anymore.
Like the I use like pretty much similar irons to what you have, and like those things launch they launch high and they go
Forever.
very, very far. Like the
Yeah.
4-iron was like 18 degrees or something, and I was just hitting it like between 250 and 260 like every time. It was crazy.
Do you think that had to do with Costa Rica?
I think it had to do a little
heat?
bit with like
The warm air.
the hardness of like the fairways and stuff, but like I was hitting it and I'm like, this is going a mile, like before it even landed. So I don't know.
It's warmer. It goes further.
My 4-iron usually is like a 230 shot, so like 225, 230. Still pretty juiced, but yeah.
Anyway, do we want to? I don't know if this is still the brand of the podcast, but do we want to try to have Beating the Bookie on next week? Run it back.
We could try.
Maybe we could have a spirited live debate.
No, he doesn't like Live anymore.
He doesn't like Live anymore.
I know.
They did him dirty.
Good.
They did him dirty. I don't know.
That'd be first time having him
Get
on
some
with the
eyes on
face.
the pod.
Yeah, we could do that.
We'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
You're right.
But other than that, next week's Masters week, this weekend's opening day, the Final Four, and then
Great
it's
week of
just
sports.
golf.
Takes off. Fantasy baseball.
Fantasy baseball draft tonight for the
Draft tonight.
boys.
Yeah.
I'm probably making dinner after this and then heading over to Jeeks. Who's your sleeper?
Well, I just gave you
Nobody
a
cares
list
about your
of
fantasy
MLB the show players.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week for Masters week. Big episode.